I need to tell you about an event that, in recent months, has sparked countless debates and suddenly captured the attention of the entire scientific community. This statement, which started it all, did not come from a newcomer or a blogger, but from one of the most renowned theoretical physicists of our time, Michio Kaku. He appeared before the press with a sheet of data, paused for a few seconds as if choosing his words carefully, and then uttered a phrase that shook the confidence of all specialists. The interstellar object 3I/Atlas is behaving in ways that no natural object in the universe should behave. Many thought it was an exaggeration or a metaphorical expression, but those familiar with Kaku's work know that he rarely speaks loudly without serious reasons. Soon it became clear that his statement was precisely accurate. The object 3I/Atlas was first detected by astronomers several years ago as a tiny point against the backdrop of distant stars, but the way it moved made people think from the very first day. Its trajectory was too perfect for a natural cosmic body. Its stabilization resembled the behavior of spacecraft that adjust their course to stay on target. The object's speed was higher than expected, and most importantly, its motion displayed smooth, uniform acceleration, inconsistent with the behavior of comets or asteroids. Normally, such bodies follow strict rules: gravitational interactions, pressure from sunlight, possible sublimation of ice. But 3I Atlas seemed to ignore all standard models. Its acceleration was not accompanied by gas emissions, showed no signs of surface erosion, had no visible source. It just happened. The scientific community proposed dozens of explanations. Some suggested the object was made of a rare type of ice, sublimating without a visible tail. Others argued the trajectory only appeared strange due to observational quirks. But all these explanations lost credibility the moment the object began to slightly alter its flight path. Not sharply, not like a spacecraft, but with microscopic precision. These trajectory changes were so exact that specialists in space navigation compared them to the work of satellite orientation systems. No one wanted to say it aloud, yet the thought appeared in reports. Artificial origin cannot be ruled out. The situation became even more intriguing when several radio telescopes in different countries detected a very weak, barely perceptible noise fluctuation, coinciding with moments of trajectory change. These were not messages, codes, or data, yet the structure of the noise repeated so regularly that one could assume this was not random. This was presence. When the data reached Michio Kaku, he said what thousands of media outlets would later quote: "If this is a natural object, it violates the fundamental laws of nature as we understood them." Meanwhile, scientific camps formed around 3I Atlas. Skeptics argued that everything could be explained by rare natural processes not yet studied. Moderate researchers suggested it could be an ancient probe that had long lost its function but still retained residual orientation mechanisms. The most cautious proposed considering 3I Atlas a new, previously unknown type of interstellar mineral with unusual properties. The situation changed when the object approached the Sun. Using a next-generation space telescope, scientists obtained the spectrum of reflected light. Here, the strangest phenomenon began. The object's surface absorbed almost all visible light, but reflected infrared. This combination indicated unusual thermal resilience. The surface seemed to be designed to minimize heating during its pass near a star. One could explain this by a unique mineral formed in the conditions of another planetary system, but such a combination of characteristics appeared too functional. The reports introduced the term thermo-optimized structure. It sounded almost like a description of technology. However, the climax was not this. As 3I Atlas approached perihelion, its trajectory unexpectedly changed in a way that all models failed. The maneuver was too precise and too large to be explained by planetary or solar gravity. It looked like a course correction. Slow, almost imperceptible, yet exact. It was at this point that Michio Kaku said the phrase that became legendary. Either this is the strangest natural object we have ever observed, or we are witnessing the remnants of technology created by someone else. After passing perihelion, 3I Atlas began to gradually lose speed, but not smoothly, in steps, as if internal cyclic processes were occurring: activation, slowing phase, deactivation. Amazingly, these steps coincided with the recurring radio noise fluctuations previously recorded by telescopes. Such a coincidence was the hardest to explain. Skeptics suggested cracks, internal stresses, or sublimation, but each attempt collapsed when faced with the data. At some point, it became clear. The object behaves as if it has an internal mechanism, primitive though it may be, regulating its motion. Not like an engine or propulsion system, more like a residual mode, operating automatically. Several months later, 3I Atlas began moving rapidly away from Earth. The radio noise ceased. Its surface stopped reflecting infrared as actively as before. The object seemed to sleep, as if its only task, adjusting its course, had been completed. An international team of scientists prepared a final report. The document was cautious. Its phrasing was extremely neutral. We have discovered an object whose parameters exceed known natural mechanisms, yet we lack sufficient data to assert its artificial origin. This was a careful, diplomatic response, but unofficially, many researchers admitted they had never seen anything like this. Currently, three main interpretations dominate the discussion. The first, that 3I Atlas is a unique form of interstellar matter, a rare natural object formed under extreme conditions in other star systems. The second, that it is a fragment, a remnant of an ancient project by an unknown civilization, not a ship or device, but a shard of something far larger, retaining only basic orientation functions. The third, that we observed manifestations of physical processes we simply do not yet understand. The universe clearly hides more from us than we realize. Later, in an interview, Michio Kaku said, "If 3I Atlas is natural, it's a wonder of nature. If artificial, it's a sign we are not alone. In either case, this discovery changes our future." Now that the object has long disappeared from observations, only one thing remains: patiently waiting for the next visitor. For if one interstellar object could surprise us this much, who knows what the next one might bring? The world continues to debate the origin of 3I Atlas, but one thing is certain: this event demonstrated that our universe is far more complex and fascinating than we can imagine. Somewhere deep in space, beyond the reach of our telescopes, this strange interstellar traveler still moves onward, carrying out its unknown, possibly long-forgotten mission.